All right, I am going to try this out for the first time. Sorry about the crappy lighting and the quality. I'm just using my camera on the computer. My name's Nathan, if you don't already know that, and I am at my hotel in Nashville, Tennessee right now, and we are about to do something I've never done before. I'm using OBS for the first time properly, and I am going to try a plugin, standalone plugin, for the first time. Can't do that. Can't hit the table. Let's get to it. So, I'm work with Line 6. I've loved Line 6 products for a long time, and they have just released a new Metallurgy trio of standalone plugins, also plugins that can work in your DAW. Doom, Modern, and I forget the last one. Let's just have a quick look. Thrash. Okay, so I just got these plugins this morning, and I'm going to try out the Modern plugin. I'm just going to play through like literally 3 chords and maybe a pentatonic scale on each preset, just so you can get a sense of what's going on here, and so I can start to figure stuff out. So here we go. Let me try my OBS skills. Boom. That work? I hope so. All right. So here's the plugin. This is reminiscent of back in like from 1999 or 2000 when the Pod XT came out, and there was the Gearbox, I believe it was called, like the Line 6 edit for the Pod XT, and it had a really cool graphic display like this for the editor, and this is kind of like a throwback to that. It looks freaking awesome. Really excited just about the visual aspect of it. It makes me want to like get in there and turn knobs and stuff. I understand the reasoning behind the Helix edit and the Helix sliders. It makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, this is really inspiring. This is really cool. It makes me want to mess with stuff. So here we are, the amp. This is a new amp. It's the Vitriol. This is the default, and I am going to play some stuff, and we'll just talk through a little bit of this. I've got it's literally my Yamaha Pacifica 102S with MJS custom pickups. These are just like tele single coil type stuff. And I'm going into my Apollo Twin, and that's something else I'm really excited about. Just the fact that I just bought this new computer, and I bought the Apollo Twin. My old computer was like a 2012. What do you call it? MacBook Pro. It was a 2012 MacBook Pro, and I was using an Apogee Duet interface, which was all great. I think the computer was the slow part for me. It just could not handle running Helix Native. I would load up Helix Native in my DAW, and it would just crap out. So I'm really excited that I can actually run a standalone plugin with very low latency. If you go over here, let me do this. Okay, so I'm going to go up to the preferences for. You can see I've got this set up. I'm down to 64 samples. I could try going a little bit lower. I haven't done this yet. I'm going to go to 32 samples. Okay, nothing is broken, which is great. So that's at 32 samples. I've never been able to play anything at 32 samples. So I'm gonna hit a chord and just see what this sounds like. Default, nothing's. I'm on the bridge. You can see it's a little noisy. That's just life. Single coils in front of a computer. But here we go. That's so cool. That's really cool. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got our input, and then we've got our output over here, and then up here in the top right hand corner, what does this say? Oh, there's a little pop-up menu. A or B, compare. Click on A or B to toggle between your last editing current states of the plugin or standalone app. Click the arrow to copy the current contents to the opposite state. That's cool. Oh, look, I'm gonna guess this is a tuner. Boom. Tuning. What a concept. This is Awesome. This is really awesome. Yeah, we got some MIDI stuff I guess you can assign. MIDI learn mode, select a control in this view and send a MIDI CC to the plugin to assign. Oh, that's cool. We've got my account and all this kind of stuff. There's a little help thing. And then we also got for impulse responses. I haven't loaded any impulses, but I will do that eventually, but we're just gonna try this. That's all good. Cool. Now over here on the left-hand side, we've got the capo. That's like, from everything I've read, I understand it's just like you can detune your whole entire guitar. Let's just try it. So right now, here's an E. Now I'll turn on the capo. I try to get away from the internal mic so you can just... That tracks really well. Let's go down more. So 5 semitones. That's from E, E flat, D, oh shoot, E flat, D, D flat, C, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, down to a B. So this should be a B. That's freaking cool. Okay, so I'll turn that off. I'm having fun with that. Holy smokes. Okay, that's really cool. So that's that. Then we've got our noise reduction in the middle. So you can see right now the threshold is set to negative 52 and the decay is at 60. If I turn this off, it's going to get really noisy. Let's find out. Yeah, that's gross. That's super gross. Cool. And then over here, it looks focus filter on the right hand side here. It looks like we've got it. Basically, it looks like a high pass or a low cut. But if I play a chord and we turn this off, yeah, sort of. Maybe it's doing more than just a high pass, but this is pretty cool, just to tighten things up. Cool. All right, so that's sort of the top. What's that called? The tool drawer. Oh, frig, I should have read that more. Anyways, this is cool. Ooh, I didn't even notice this. Dynamic low pass filter. What's this in the middle? I really have no idea what it does, but well, you can hear what it does. I don't know the reasoning behind it. Anyways, that's all the top stuff. That's really cool. And this sounds really good, and I can play it. It's so awesome. I don't know if I'll ever, I use my HX Stomp a lot to record when I'm on the road and do stuff like that, but with this low latency stuff, it's pretty awesome. Okay, let's go on to just the amp here, the Vitriol. This is, like I think I mentioned already, it's a new model. I believe it's based off of Misha Mansour's 51, 53, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever that is. But yeah, or it's some one of that generation of PV amps, but it's cool. So we've got a lead and crunch button. Let's press the button. Oh yeah. Obviously gain, pre-gain, post-gain. I don't know nothing about this amp. I've read a lot about this. There's something about the pre-gain and the post-gain. So there's the pre-gain on this side and the post-gain, and then the master. So there's something about the post-gain that makes this amp really good. I don't know anything about it, but I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn down the mid. Nothing else has changed. I'm back playing what's that tune from Dream Theater's Awake album with all that metric modulation stuff. That's very cool. That's very cool. I was just messing with the mids and I'm already at that sound. Depth, let's check it out. Oh, cool. Oh yeah. Woo. Now this is all sounding very, very good, and I honestly believe it's probably due to the new. Actually, you know what? Before I get to it, let's just check out the other amps really quick. So there is a new cab section here, and I've read a lot about it. But I think before we get to that, I'm just going to try out the different amps. So we've got the archetype. Archetype? I have no idea. Let's listen to this one. Pretty similar. We've got a lead and clean switch down here. Oh, very nice. Cool. Cleans up. Now there's a bright switch as well. Let's turn on. Right. I'm going to pull down the gain. Let me bring down the treble, and let me turn down the presence off. Yeah. Awesome. It does stuff, you know? Like, this is great. Let me turn. Woo! Okay. That's great. The Rev, this is the purple Rev amp. Let's check out the red one. Check out the aggression button. Now these amps are on, like the archetype, the Rev, and the next one that we'll get to, the Donk. They're all in the Helix. I've seen them all the time. I've just never, honestly, I hate to say it, but like, having the graphic interface just makes it seem, I don't know, more like, ooh, let's just turn these knobs, as opposed to, is this a slider doing anything? You know? But this is awesome. This is so cool. Anyways, let's check out, let me just see. Resonance. Oh. Awesome. Just bypass. Oh yeah, it's just turns it off. Awesome. And then there's, I use this amp a lot, the Badonk. Let's turn down the presence, turn up the depth. Also, I'm going to turn down the drive. There's a lot of low in there. I believe this was based off, like, on the Pod XT. There was like, oh, there was an amp model where they had, there's a Riviera, I think it's Rivera, extension cab that was like specifically to bring out the lower frequencies on the amp, and they modeled that amp with that cab and came up with the Badonk. It was, what was it called? I forget now, but it was a great little amp model, and the Badonk came from it. Cool. Like, so there's 4 amps. Now the part I'm most excited about with this is the cab section. I've read a lot and heard a lot about this. So cab. Make sure my head is not really in the way. You're not missing much. Just a little picture of a mic stand. But you see here, from what I understand, the engineers at Line 6 have gone through and these are all like their own IRs. They've shot their own IRs of these cabs, and they're new. So like, I believe on the Helix and they've shot them one way, and this is a new technique and a new thing they're doing. But I think it's working. It's working really, really well. What I love and what I read about this is, like, we've got our cab selection over here, so we can go through the different amps and stuff. I'm going to stick with if there's their drop down menu. Yeah, there. Oh, that's awesome. So we got our 4 or 8 cabs we can select from with the different speakers. So the vintage 30s and this one, I'm going to close that. And then over here is the cool one. So on the left, we've got our 906, and we could go through different mic choices. We've got 8 mics you can choose from. You can also, I see that. Right here above the mic selection, you can go to You can import your own IRs. That's awesome. Um, awesome. Oh, wow. There's even more stuff going on here. Cool. Let me just, I gotta do that. So we got our mic on the left and our mic on the right, or at least on the, I'm pointing at, like you can see what I'm pointing at. We got our, on the left side over here, that's this left channel, channel 1, and on channel 2 is the mic over here. Oh, what's this? Is that the, oh, it's the distance. I am learning so much. And I just clicked on the grill and it goes away. That is so cool. And you can move. Oh, that is awesome. That is so awesome. So what I've just learned is that over here, you click on the mic that you want, the grill goes away, and you can see at the top, you can see how far away from the cone you're getting. Like, and it said there at one point, oh, so you're at the edge of the speaker. There is, I saw it there, dust cap edge. So you're on the edge of the little circle in the middle there, and then you're right on this speaker. That is so awesome. And then if you can also move it back and forth. So let me just, okay, because I don't know anything about this, I'm gonna go over here to, it's the condenser 47 FET. I'm gonna solo it. So it's soloed, and I'm gonna play a chord. That sounds awesome just on its own, but let me grab it. Oh, and you can hear the proximity effect of the bass coming in. That is so freaking cool. And then let's go all the way to the edge. Okay, I really hope for the next update for the Helix, even if it's sliders, I don't care. This is awesome. Having this sort of control, like I'm on, and then I can. That's freaking cool. That's really awesome. I don't know how to get back to the default. Let me just do this for a second. Oh boy. Okay, here's our default, and we're gonna go to, so I'm on channel 2, which is the 47 FET, and we can pan it. Hopefully you can hear this. And the other, and the little 45-degree button, so it's off axis 45 degrees. Holy shit. I mean, shoot. I mean, it's so good. And then we've got our out of phase button, I'm assuming, which is great. So that's just that one mic. Now let's add in the other mic. Cool, but know what I love doing? Panning them hard left and right. Just adds a little bit of more, even more air. Like there's so much air there already. What's this little guy do? No, I just turned it down. I wonder if it's like other things. Option click. Yep, option click brings it back to 0 dB. Awesome. And even this guy's up. This is the master. Just bring it. Let's bring it back up to the 3 dB it was at. Now, here's something I've never explored. Let's turn off that. Let's turn off that. And here is our room mic. Awesome. Shoot. It's awesome. So what kind of mic options do we get? Huh. type. Oh, you get two. So there's either a ribbon, like an R Royer 121, or it's awesome though. And then what's this? Oh, it's like a high pass or a high cut, I should say. Cool. And then we got this looks like a high. So this is a high cut, I guess. I'll have to look what D means. I'm trying to think. I don't know. And then we've got a low cut, high pass, or a high pass, or that's awesome. And something I like to do. So let's just grab, let's say, okay, over here on channel 1, the 906, it's panned all the way left. Let's pan this guy all the way right, and then we'll solo this guy. So awesome. I didn't even notice this. Okay, over here on the right hand side we've got an EQ. I'm assuming this is, oh, so it's in, not in, and then it's post cab EQ. Oh, that's so cool. So that's what I end up doing a lot of my Helix. I'll EQ a little bit before the cab, but I often, even with cabs or IRs, I'll put an EQ post to like do some fine tweaking. This is really cool. Let's just bring this down. Awesome. You can choose the frequency. Let's bring it down to 2.2 and kill it. Yeah. I'm so close. Okay, that's really freaking cool and awesome. Let me turn it off. Oh, you know what? Okay, this EQ is awesome. It's awesome. Now, I forgot about the little help tools at the bottom. So if I go over the D, it means room mic dampening. Toggle the dampening amount applied above the selected frequency of the room reflections. 8 kilohertz, less, dimmed it, or 3.7 more. Okay. And this is a low cut filter. Man, this is awesome. Oh man. How long have I been recording now? Only 22 minutes. Holy crap. Whatever, I'm just messing about. But let's put everything. I'm going to go back to the default. I'm really sorry if it's my first time using OBS really, so it's really if my strings are getting into the mic and I apologize. This is just my first reaction, man. This is really awesome. So we've got our amp or cab. Let's quickly check out the pre-effects. We've got a compressor. It's a pretty good compressor there, not touching anything. We've got Minotaur. Oh! In the default, the Minotaur is on. Cool. And the Caliper, this is like the Horizon, I believe it's I can't remember the name of the pedal, but it's an overdrive pedal with a noise gate in it. Let me up the gate. Cool, let me up it even more. That's awesome. Let me turn up the attack. Let me see if I turn down this. Okay, turn it to 5. Yeah, you can hear it cutting off a little bit sooner there, but let's turn up the drive. Cool. That definitely has a purpose, and it sounds awesome. I'm going to turn the Minotaur back on. Now, in each of these plugins, they have different pre and post effects. It's not just, you're not going to get the Rochester comp, the Minotaur, and the Caliper. So maybe I'll look at the Doom and Thrash another time. Let's check out the post effects. Mod Echo. Love the Mod Echo. Sounds awesome. Mode. Awesome. Like, there's so much you can get into with this. Now let's turn off, and turn on. Let's turn up the mix on this guy. Yeah. Turn up the lows. Yeah. Whew, that's awesome. Let's do both. I'm tapping too much. This is awesome. This is so cool. I'm gonna have a crap ton of fun messing with all this. Then that's just like messing around with the default patch, and you can see we've got rhythm defaults, we've got lead defaults, we've got clean defaults, and I just noticed this. We've got this default left and default right, which is great for recording. So like often when you're recording, especially like, well, all guitars, rhythm guitars, you'll often record twice. You'll record one that will be panned left and one panned right, and it looks like, I'm gonna guess, they've set it up for you. So default left. If you're hearing this like I am, you're just hearing it out the left channel. Now let's go to default right. You don't even have to worry about it. Now is that, it's all the panning is happening in the cab. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's go to Fruity Booty. All the same sort of stuff. That's great. Left, right. Oh. Cool. Moon Presence. The T75. You can tell that high, mid, top end stuff is such a, yeah, that's the 75 speaker. That's cool. What amp is that? Okay. Cool. Let's check out some clean stuff. Middle position push. Holy crap, okay. Night Swim. That's pretty. I'm gonna turn down the mids just a bit, bring up the presence a bit. I'm gonna go to so nice, so nice. Not, this is the badonk, all right. I don't know. Not because the badonk is not a clean amp, but they've got it really. Maybe not really, but. Wow. G flat, right. So cool. Kind of. It is. That's not compression. I'm just gonna, just because that's. All right, that's freaking great. Okay, I don't want to like bore you guys with special. All right, let's see what special is. Cherry flavored pop. Oh. Cool. And one last one. Let's check this out. Drowned. Gosh, that's cool. All right, that is as much as I will get into the modder right now. This is 31 minutes. I'm not going to edit this, and I'm going to hope I can get it up onto Instagram. Thanks for checking it out if you stuck around to the end. My name is Nathan Whitney. This is some Honesty in Practice plug-in edition. And we will see you guys later. Boom.